Good morning. Very quickly, I wanted to bring this up really quickly because Tyrese and DJ Envy. The title of this video, I'm doing this because it's hot on my mind. I wanted to drop it real quickly because I don't feel like it would be this hot later on. Tyrese, breaking news. I told you, Mr. Nice Guys are dangerous. Holier than thou people are dangerous. They're entitled. They're literally walking unrealistic expectations. Very dangerous, especially when it comes to relationships, of course, right? And my wife was just walking in. She went to drop the kids off. And she came and said, DJ Envy finally told of what happened between him, his wife, and Tyrese. You know, Tyrese was on Breakfast Club, the popular New York morning radio show with Charlemagne and DJ Envy and them. And he was there basically calling them out with the same entitlement spirit that he probably pushed his wife away with. Okay, I said probably. Okay, but some things are just obvious, and I keep telling you this stuff so you can pay attention to them. See, usually you pay attention to evil people, bad people, right? I'm not going to stop you from paying attention to those because, yes, you should protect yourself from bad and evil people, like the obvious ones, right? But there's a big part, there's a blind spot, okay? There are some people you should pay attention to. People that come off as holier than thou, their shit don't smell, they never fart, they walk a straight line. It's not just that, it's not you observing them, they boast of it. They really think that's end all be all. They keep thinking that all it takes is being a good man in their own idea, and because they're operating with that one simple, stupid moral compass. Mr. Nice Guys are dangerous. Okay? They're very, very dangerous. Listen to me. I'm not talking about being kind. I'm not talking about a person who is considerate. I'm talking about a person who is doing it to manipulate you. I'm talking about a person who is doing it to set themselves up for failure, because they will fail, like Tyrese. What did Tyrese do? Tyrese allegedly, according to Envy this morning, my wife was listening to the radio show in the car radio, was hitting on DJ Envy's wife. Now, DJ Envy and his wife has basically paraded their book around the nation. The book is in store right now. And the book has given him so much credit for helping them save their marriage. He helped them save their marriage. He showed up to their house when DJ Envy was, the wife was going to leave him for cheating with Eric Mena. And he showed up. He showed up as a quote-unquote friend. Now, I have no doubts that he was being a good friend at that time. Okay? But like I told you, people that walk a straight line, they think all it takes is to be a good, nice person. They're dangerous because they're only doing it for the reward from other people, not because of the innate reasons why you should be nice. It should be something that's coming from the inside, right? And the satisfaction should be on the inside, not expecting it to come from the outside. What did you notice when you were listening to that radio show a few days ago on September 7 or so? He kept talking about how he thinks it deserved a better treatment, but he was just doing it for God. What did I tell you about people that keep using God in their rhetoric? You gotta be careful, unless they're a pastor and that's natural. But if a person randomly is like, it's just there, at some point you gotta start paying attention to their actions. Remember the Baba Okola of Larry that says women pay attention to what they react to. That's everybody. Pay attention to their actions more than their words, because our word is supposed to be our bond as men. But I hate to break it to you. The world is changing very, very fast. You have to pay attention to people's actions more. He was making advances he was being inappropriate with DJ Envy's wife, allegedly. He was saying things like, well, I wouldn't do, if that was me, I wouldn't do that to you. And he was calling her and also telling her that, well, how come you didn't reach out to me? And he was being very aggressive. If that was his wife, is that possible that if you're aggressive like that, even if it's indirect, they might dump your ass? Some of these things are obvious. These things are obvious. You gotta start paying attention. You two ladies, you gotta start paying attention. Just because a person is kind is not good enough. At least not in a moment. There's no one moment that makes up anything. But if a person keeps coming off as they think they're a good guy, and because of that, they deserve you or your life or to control you, you have to pay attention to that. Gentlemen, a person keeps repeating your talking point. There are more than enough women repeating your talking point, thinking they're doing you a service. Eventually, they fall apart because the reality is that we're all here to survive. And I'm talking particularly emotionally. If I start to feel some type of way, that talking point will fall all the way. Poto everywhere, nasty. So you're going to hear more of that later today. Okay? I'll see if I want to come back live later on today to talk about this. But Mr. Nice guys are dangerous. Not a person who is nice. It's good to be nice. The Mr. Nice guy is a thing. Okay? That is a thing that you need to pay attention to. They are usually entitled. They will throw their brothers under the bus if they don't agree with them. If you hold them accountable, they will translate it to gender war. Mr. Nice guys are all over the manosphere. Okay? On the surface, instantly, in the moment, they tend to want to do everything to satisfy you. They don't really get any internal benefit or fulfillment from helping you. They're doing that because they're expecting that you will reward them. They're dangerous. The moment they start seeing that, this might not come directly from this person, they throw everything under the bus. They get nasty. Remember Tyrese calling out the Will Smith, all these other people that have actually helped them in the past, bringing them into his drama. Potentially losing their mind because they resent the idea that people are not reciprocating their goodness the way they envisaged, as opposed to you just do good because you get personal fulfillment for it. If you give charity, you get personal fulfillment from just doing it, not the reward from other human beings. Okay? Some things are just very obvious. Human beings are not absolutes in nature. Okay? Human beings, we do want reciprocation when you do good for us. But when somebody try to pretend that's not the case, right? And in fact, they're expecting it, and then they overcompensate by trying to do it more and more, that same aggressiveness is out there going to resent you when they do realize that, wow, it's not going to come. And they will forget that their own shit smells as well, just like the rest of us. Very, very dangerous. Now, you would expect that somebody who knows that he has what do you call it? That he has his own issues, right? If they're that self-aware, he would just avoid and say, good to see you, man. You made it onto the show, which usually means that the advances to DJ Envy's wife probably were not as direct, right? At least you at least play nice. Don't be stupid. Don't go there calling him out. So now DJ Envy on the show was like, you know what? For what you did, since you're gonna run your mouth, I'm supposed to box your mouth. Everybody, including myself, was like, okay. If you're gonna allow him on the show, there's no need for you to try to threaten him like that. What did Tyrese do? He went back on his own Instagram and started crying on live. Mr. Nice guys are dangerous. That's what some people call simps. They're very, very dangerous. Oh my God. Because again, on the surface, for the ones that can't detect them quickly enough, it looks like, oh, this guy, what did this Ode say here? OPE says Tyrese is a good guy. It's a good guy that have been used by his ex-wife. Some of us can see through that. What do you mean by used by your ex-wife? That she left you? Which part of her did you use? Can we hear that part of the story? No, we can't. It's just women looking to take men down. Well, let's assume you're correct. Why do you keep going back to women? Well, that's a stupid question. Of course we want women. Okay, good. Let's start having that part of the conversation. What value do you get out of women? What cost? What is the cost? What's the price that will make it worth it for you? Because she's a human being. And yes, sometimes you collect shege when there's friction in that relationship, like any other relationship, even if it's between brothers. Are we going to talk about that, or we should just pretend like it's just an absolute? No, Tyrese is such a good guy. He was used by his ex-wife. He's very pained by what his woman did, and I understand. My prayer, there's nothing that you're telling me that you are another Mr. Nice Guys, and you will continue, inshallah, unless you change your behavior, unless you learn what you need to learn, the skill set, you will continue to collect. That's it. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. So I wanted to drop this really quickly here. Anybody that's walking in straight lines and they're very proud of it and they can't wait to tell you, and you're smelling some sense of entitlement, they're dangerous. Okay, they're dangerous. They might lose their mind yes, they might lose their complete mind in pursuit of reciprocation of their own idea of what they deserve from you. They think everything is a right. You hear them talking about, it's my right, it's my right, my right. They can't wait to tell you what their right is. Okay? Ultimately, they're just rude, nasty people. In the instant, it looks like Mr. Nice Guy. On the surface, it looks like they're nice. Okay? They're called Mr. Nice Guy. Okay? I'm trying to see if there's a better description here. Let's see here. I think there was a movie. This is a reading here. It said Mr. Nice Guy is an informal noun that refers to a man who is kind and avoids causing trouble. A man who cannot speak his mind, who is avoiding somebody tackling him. Right? To you as a lady especially, he can't say what he feels. He can't stand on his two toes. He's afraid that you might offend him. When they end up resenting that, they will start calling other men who know how to talk, who knows how to be social. They will, every time they tell them the truth, because that man is now telling the truth, they will say, oh, you're looking for people to come and drop panties into your DM, right? At that point, they are resenting and they're very angry. Now, they're still going to try to reset back to Mr. Nice Guy because they never heal. They never really learn what the skills are, right? Gentlemen, being nice is not good enough. I keep telling you, being a good guy is not good enough. There are skills around this. There's power dynamics involved always. If you want to bring somebody on your team, bring them on your team and be with them and work with them. If you're going to play that power dynamics against your romantic partner, you will self-sabotage. You hurt yourself because you already brought them into your world. And then you turn around and start calling them brutal. Whereas you were just a very, very dangerous person. Not endangered. You're dangerous because you don't understand how this world works. And you're dangerous for everyone, your children, everyone around you, just because you operate that way. Self-worth keeps coming back to the surface. Make sure you're self-worthy. Make sure is that the right way? Make sure that you have enough self-worth, self-esteem. Make sure you're loving on yourself before you give to other people, so that you don't turn around and be calling other people brutal for no reason. I'm going to leave you at that right now. Okay? I'm going to leave you at that right now. I just thought I should come here and drop this really quickly because this is hot right now. You're going to see a lot throughout the course of the day. Interesting. It gets better and better. I'm glad because this lesson needs to be learned. Should you be a nice person? Yes, you should be a nice person. But you should get personal fulfillment from being nice. not from when people reciprocate. That is manipulative. That is dangerous. You're going to hurt yourself and everybody around you when you have such level of unrealistic expectations. You have to be careful.